Hi, good evening, everyone. First of all, I would like to thank EVG Network and my upline. My name is Daniel. So tonight, we are diving into the fascinating world of the black goji berries and its incredible health benefits. And let's explore why this rare fruit is capturing attention worldwide. So the black goji berry is not ordinary fruits. It grows in the Himalayas at high altitude between 8,800 and 9,800 feet. These berries are rare because they are difficult to grow and harvest, and the plants have very sharp thorns, and picking the fruits requires a special tooth like tweezers. This is why they are so precious, and also why they can be more expensive than the regular berries. Next, if you heard of a red goji berries, you might think that they are the healthiest options out there. But here's the twist. Black goji berries are actually much more powerful because they pack 3.5 times more polysaccharides, 2 times more polyphenol, 5 times more antioxidant power than the red goji berries. So think blueberries are the kings of antioxidants. You might want to think again. Black goji berries actually have 7 times more of the powerful antioxidants, which is the garlic acid, than the blueberries, which making it a very nutritional powerhouse. So here is something cool. The black goji berries can change color depending on what you mix it with. It goes purplish pink in the neutral or distilled water, pink in acidic drinks like the lemon juice, bluish purple in the alkaline drinks. So it's just like a tiny magic show in every berries. So now let's talk about inflammation, which is basically when your body is in the fight mode for too long. A few things that make this worse include high calorie foods and highly processed foods, often contain all these additive, preservative, refined sugars, and unhealthy fats such as the trans fat that can trigger all these inflammatory response in the body and contribute to the conditions such as obesity, diabetes, and cardiovascular disease. High omega-6 foods. Omega-6 fatty acids are essential fats that the body needs in the moderations. However, imbalance between the omega-6 and the omega-3 ratio promotes inflammation. So the ideal omega-6 and omega-3 ratios in a diet as a whole is between 1:1 and 4:1. And the ideal ratio of these two fatty acids in the cooking oil is 1:1. Alcohol and smoking. So both can run up the inflammation in the body. And lack of sleep, not getting enough rest, actually increase the levels of inflammatory markers and can contribute to conditions such as the cardiovascular disease, diabetes, and obesity. And yes, prolonged stress can actually trigger the release of a stress hormone like the cortisol, which can promote the inflammation when the levels remain elevated over time. So black goji berries aren't just tasty, they are loaded with anthocyanins. So the compounds that give them the rich dark color. So these anthocyanins are powerful when it's come to fighting the inflammation in the gut and in the colon and promote the growth of a healthy gut microbiota and even helps to keep our bones strong by promoting bone formation and preventing the bone loss. Hence, to prevent conditions such as the osteoporosis. So more reasons to love black goji berries. So beyond inflammation, these berries are amazing for prevents a fatty liver disease and reduce the heart disease risk factor like blood pressure, triglycerides, and the total cholesterol level. So Gojigarden isn't just about black goji berries. So they combine them with other amazing superfood to create a very unique blend. So some of the options you will love include Gojigarden Osmanthus, Gojigarden Yuzu, Gojigarden Rose, Gojigarden Coffee, and a decaffeinated coffee. So now let's talk about Osmanthus, which pair perfectly with the black goji berries. So this flower isn't just beautiful, it's also super healthy. So and commonly added to the tea for their natural fragrance. So osmanthus, superfood that helps to reduce the inflammation. So research has shown that the antioxidant content for osmanthus flowers help to reduce the lung inflammation by suppressing the IgE production, which to inhibit the histamine release and even stop the productions of all these inflammatory cytokines like the IL-4 and the IL-3. So osmanthus also a superfood that help in the weight management. So researchers have discovered that the fragrance of osmanthus help to suppress appetite, reduce food intake, and help in the weight management. Next, we are exploring the remarkable health benefits of yuzu, but it's a peel. Okay, a citrus fruit that known for its rich phytochemical content and commonly found in the Japanese cuisine. So these natural compounds not only enhance flavor, but also offer a significant health advantages. So what are the health benefits of a yuzu peel? So research indicates that yuzu peel extract helps prevent the fatty liver disease and lower total cholesterol. In the mice that fed a high cholesterol diet, yuzu peel actually reduced the body weight, the liver fat, the liver weight, total cholesterol, and the LDL bad cholesterol. So researchers also discovered that yuzu helps prevent blood clot from blocking the arteries and reduce the risk of heart disease. And yuzu peel has been shown to reduce the insulin resistance and exacerbate the anti-diabetic effects. And this property make it a promising natural options for managing our blood sugar levels and improving the overall metabolic health. So what are the other health benefits of yuzu peel? So besides, yuzu peel is a potent source of many different phytochemicals that help to inhibit the growth of new blood vessels in cancer cells and block process that lead to cancer. Plus, it can protect your brain from the Alzheimer's diseases. Next, we have a perfect combinations of black goji berries, Gojigarden rose. So rose petal from the Damas rose combined with the black goji berries offer a powerhouse of antioxidant, which including the garlic acid, anthocyanin, camphorol, and quercetin. So perfect combinations of black goji berries and the Gojigarden rose. So these strong antioxidants actually play a vital role in scavenging the free radicals and delay the signs of aging. So extract from the Damas rose petals also shows the antimicrobial activity against the various types of bacteria and antiviral activities, and it helps to defend against the infection. Besides, Damas rose extract induces apoptosis, which is a cell death in a cancer cell and helps to prevent cancer. So now, next, we talk about coffee, which is a blend of premium coffee beans and the black goji berries. So who doesn't love coffee? So I believe everyone loves coffee. But what defines a cup of coffee? So origins of coffee beans, the type and blends of coffee beans, how is it roasted, roasting time, the amount of grind, and how is it brewed. All this defines a cup of good coffee. So I believe more attention should be given to this potential health risk of a coffee that includes these acrylamides and diterpenes in the coffee. So acrylamide is a chemicals that form in the food cooked at a very high temperature, which is more than 120 degrees Celsius for the extended periods. Like barbecue, deep frying foods, French fry, and coffee that will result in a nerve damage and potential carcinogenic effect in the high doses. So diterpenes are the compounds that can raise our cholesterol level in our body by increasing the levels of cholesterol and carbo in the blood. So in coffee, acrylamide levels depends on the roasting temperature and the duration, which vary with each harvest. Therefore, each batch must be tested to ensure acrylamide levels stay within the safe limits. So here is the good news. Gojigarden coffee that we are going to talk about later blends the premium beans with a black goji berries. So it's packed with antioxidants and benefit without all this scary stuff. So life began after Gojigarden coffee. So the dose is the key. So regular consumptions of coffee may offer more benefits than harm over the long term. So the key lies in the moderations, and the dose is the key. So according to the US Food and Drug Administration FDA guideline, for most healthy adults, recommended safe dose of up to 400 milligrams of caffeine per day, or about 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day. So pregnant women are advised to limit their caffeine intake to less than 200 milligrams of caffeine per day, or about 1.5 cups of coffee a day. So life began after Gojigarden coffee. Recent findings shedding light on the health effects of coffee consumption. First of all, scientists discovered that coffee provides good sources of antioxidants in today's busy world. Drinking coffee not only increases our alertness, but also enhances our long-term memory. And a large prospective cohort study found that participants who consume 2 to 3 cups of coffee per day had lower risk of stroke and dementia. And the data from the study also shows that drinking 3 to 5 cups of coffee a day is associated with a decreased risk of Alzheimer's disease by about 65% in the later life. So caffeine may also protect against the Parkinson's diseases. And researchers discovered that subjects consuming a large amount of coffee per day exhibit a significantly lower risk of Parkinson's disease compared to those non-drinkers. And in another cohort study done in the US, coffee consumption helps to prevent gallstones as well. Besides, coffee helps prevent a heart disease by lowering a protein that develops in the liver, which in turn can lower down the blood cholesterol and helps to reduce the cancer risk. So next, there are some unhealthy sources of caffeine, such as energy drinks with 200 milligrams of caffeine compared to a cup of espresso that is only 65 milligrams of caffeine. So other sources can contain the dangerous amounts of caffeine, such as some natural weight loss supplements and energy boosting supplements. So this product claim that they are natural ingredients, but just because something is natural doesn't mean that it's safe. Concentrating the caffeine-containing plants such as the tea extract, guarana, yerba mate, guayusa can lead to high doses of caffeine that cause a negative side effect. So for example, the guarana plant has a very high concentrations of caffeine, much higher than the coffee. And it can contain up to 5.8% caffeine by weight, while coffee has only up to 2%. Additionally, there is insufficient evidence to show that caffeine is effective for the weight loss. So those weight loss supplements might not even work. So what are the side effects of too much caffeine? So some signs you are getting too much caffeine. First is a headache, insomnia, jitter, which means the extreme nervousness, irritability, frequent urinations, and a fast heartbeat. So each person actually reacts to caffeine differently. Those who do not regularly consume coffee, caffeine tends to be more sensitive to it. So what are the caffeine facts? Caffeine is actually not addictive. While caffeine can cause a physical dependence, it's not addictive. So if you stop taking caffeine abruptly, you might have some side effects from withdrawal. But these side effects are mild and subside after a few days. So caffeine does not cause the same severe side effect or seeking behavior that you might see with all drugs and alcohol. And thus, experts do not consider caffeine addictive. And you can drink coffee and still sleep well because caffeine is not dehydrating. Caffeine will not help you sober up. meaning it doesn't help to reduce the level of alcohol in the drinker bloodstream and make you less strong. And caffeine doesn't increase the risk of osteoporosis, and caffeine does not increase the risk of heart disease. Now let's look at the caffeine content of a Gojigarden coffee and the Gojigarden coffee decaffeinated compared to other products and teas. So each Gojigarden coffee sachet has just 69 milligrams of caffeine. So it's the perfect pick-me-up without overdoing it. And if you want to skip the caffeine altogether, the decaffeinated version has only 2.7 milligrams, and no flavorings has been added. So why is a coffee freeze-drying instead of spray-drying? So ever wonder why we use freeze-drying instead of spray-drying for our Gojigarden coffee? It's all about the longer shelf life, preserving the flavor, aroma, and the nutrients inside, and making sure that the coffee stays fresh longer. So freeze-drying also keeps more of the good stuff in the coffee, like the vitamins and the minerals. So to wrap up, the black goji berries is a true health champion with its rare nutrients and magical color-changing abilities. And when paired with other superfoods like osmanthus, yuzu, and rose, it's just like creating your own personalized health boost. And don't worry about coffee. Just remember, moderation is a key. Enjoy the energy and the benefit without going overboard. Thanks so much for your attention and wishing everyone good health. Thank you.